What up, peeps? I'm up bright early in the morning. It's about 9:30. Trying to go ahead and get me a workout. See if I can get my fine on. I wanted to tap in with y'all this morning because I never threw away this little document that I showed y'all that took place on last Thursday at the supposed child support hearing. I want to point something out to y'all so you can understand these are certain things that you can be used against these commercial vultures. They be trying to lock people into these child support hearings. This is a swindle tactic. I'm gonna read to y'all in a minute what the legal definition of swindle means. And swindle is a form of fraud. Okay, it's a form of fraud. Y'all remember me telling y'all about Rule 60B, B as in boy, applying that to get rid of a child support, contract, order, Rule 60B, and fraud is being one of them. B is it goes like 6 different grounds for relief from a judgment order, whatever they call it, judgment order, whatever. Anyway, bottom line is just read up. Here it is. I'm reading from Cornell Law. Pardon me if I read a little. And see, to swindle means to dispossess someone of money or property through fraud or deceit. And it's straight to the point. That's all it says. Yep, to dispossess someone of money or property through deceit. Now, I was supposed to have a hearing. According to the summons that I received, I got served on back in September. I want to say it was the 25th or the 26th of September. I got served the document. The deputy sheriff came to my house and handed it to me. Okay. In that paperwork, it says, there was a hearing. I was supposed to show up at a hearing on the 7th of December. I show up at this building. They gave the address and everything and what time I'm supposed to be there. And before we can move forward, now keep in mind it's supposed to be for a hearing. Why the hell was I given this here? And along with everybody else that walked in there, I was given this to fill out. Now, anybody else that don't know the law, or just basically they being open to deception. A lot of times, how they get y'all guys locked into this, and I'm speaking specifically guys because most guys go through this than females. So females who are going through this, if this applies to you, then take it with a grain of salt, roll with it. But guys get locked into these situations because of ignorance and fear. When I say ignorance, it's not a derogatory sense. I'm talking about ignorance, not knowing. That's what the real definition of ignorance is now. Is that you not knowing not knowing no better. You don't know that you can not fill this out. So you got a hearing. You don't know. You don't study this stuff. You don't understand what it is. You don't know the law. And you go right on in that hearing. You didn't file an objection into the court case. Now the paperwork does tell you to file an answer within 30 days. So, but anyway, most guys don't even read it. They just out of fear. And they just don't even think about the fact that you got to file an answer. But they show up at the hearing and they give this information. Didn't give no information. They didn't file no answer. So this is the first time they're receiving this information from you. This is technically an application. Okay. So you going in there, this is for Division of Child Support Services, Georgia Department of Human Services. Look at my previous video. There's a case law against this company where this stuff got overturned. It's a case law where it speaks about this here being unconstitutional. Child support guidelines are unconstitutional from the start. Now, but bottom line is, I'm trying to stay on topic. I'm kind of everywhere right about now. But this is one example of swindle. Well, if you don't know no better, you go right in there. You give them folks this information. You thinking the reason you're there is for a hearing, but you think in order for you to go to this hearing, you got to fill this out because this is what they tell you when you walk in that door. Because that's what the guy told me. He told everybody that he was speaking to everybody before they can you can be seen. You can be seen at all. You have to fill this document out, and you got to fill out every line. He made it very clear multiple times when you were in there, and so that is a form of swindle. Because if you don't want to be on child support, and you don't want to be participate in the child support program, you are not supposed to be giving information out that's going to enable them to get a judgment that's going to imply any type of consent. Because that's basically what you're doing. You're creating an implied consent by giving them this information, and it was based on some deceit because you were told that, and they know that you don't know. They know that most guys don't know the damn law. They know that. They know most women don't know the law. You know, they know that both parents don't know the law most of the time. But if they favor the women by default, most of the time they get created a reputation for generations that the father is going to be, you know, the one that they're going to target for child support. You know, so generally that's what happens. Even though the laws actually are even for the most part. You know, its constitution it supports equal protection under the law, but we know that there's blatant bias in family court. But the thing is, if you're going in there and you're supposed to be going to a hearing, and then they make you fill out some documents before the actual hearing, now you just went in there and gave your consent without even going to the hearing. So you can go, it don't matter what you go in that hearing and say, you don't went and filled out an application. Not only is the application, it's also an affidavit. Remember, I showed y'all on this document where you're swearing under penalty of perjury to the information you gave is true. Because you told them you signed it as someone, you signed it like, how can I say? You signed it like someone that is incompetent, someone who is incapacitated, because you don't know the law. You didn't even put a title after your signature. You know, you didn't address them you didn't address yourself, as you didn't stand up. You filed no objection. You gave them the information. You contracted with them by giving them your state information, not knowing that you had a choice, and you went right in there and just gave them the information. And that's exactly what happened to you. So that is a form of swindle, because they tricked you into getting the information out of you, and here now you're locked into a child support order that you really, if you'd have known for a fact that you had a choice, you wouldn't have gave it to them. Most guys, out of fear, they give this information to them because they think they're gonna go to jail if they don't. They think they're gonna get a warrant for their arrest. They think they're gonna get a default judgment if they're gonna just make them do something that they don't want to do, and that's totally not true. It goes against the Constitution. They can't force you into a contract, and they don't have authority to make you give them any information. But you do have the responsibility to assert your rights. The maxim of law says that he who fails to assert his rights have none. So you have to assert your rights. You have to be willing to say no. No means no. They can't make you do that shit. They can't make you give them shit. So, gotta understand that and be able to stand on it. You know they call it standing on business. Understand that. That's all you gotta do is stand on it. All right. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna go and get this workout, y'all. I just thought I'd make this video, kind of give y'all an example of swindle. What swindle is. That's just one of many ways that they swindle you into the information. Even if they're using tactics when you go into the courtroom, and the judge or the prosecutor, either one of them, they start using language that makes you feel obligated or pressures you into to compliance. It's theft by deception. It's swindle, identity theft. They're taking the information from your estate, and they're creating an order, and that's why Rule 60 is so potent. I got some more stuff I learned last night, man. But I'm gonna let y'all look. I'm gonna hold on to it for now. Well, anyone that knows me and got my phone number and they want to talk to me privately about what I learned last night, I'm kind of sitting on it right now. But it's powerful as fuck. But I'm gonna sit on it for a minute because I just learned about it last night. So I'm gonna study on it more. Oh man, I'm gonna get off of here. We'll talk more about that. I'll talk more about that later. All right, y'all. I'm going to get on off of here and we'll talk. I'll see y'all in the next video. Emerald, signing out.